You can't get your juice? That's not good juice. Usabi. Yeah, I know what time it is, right? Share this video. All right, there's some things that we need to look at, right? If we're gonna look at the truth, we got to examine it all the way truly, right? Like, can't be assuming what we think we know. Yeah, it's got to be what it is, right? Now, I don't know if people gonna like this post, but I know we've been tearing up some stuff, tearing it up, like frying some stuff, you know what I'm saying? We've been tearing heads off of snakes. We have been proving anytime the people try to move against us and try to say what is not true, we come back and find out that the same ones who are speaking are babies. Meaning what? They ain't been around for a long time. Christianity has not been around forever. And by that alone, that makes it New Age doctrine. Literally. Our people never known Christianity. Never. Never in a day have they known Christianity. So, if Christianity has given birth to a lot of the movements that we see going on right now, where's it coming from? So can we say now the movement of Black Hebrew Israelites, is it new or is it old? What do the Black Hebrew Israelites believe? What Sabbath do they keep? Is this Sabbath new, or has the Sabbath been around forever? See, you could say you're keeping the Sabbath, but the Messiah or the Father is going to say, hey, this one was keeping the Sabbath and this one was not keeping the Sabbath, right? Just based off of that, off of rip. So we need to know some things, right? What are we keeping? Number one. And number two, why are we keeping it? Like I'm trying to work right here. They trying to block me or something from sharing things. All right, there we go. All right. So I just say CME to everybody on YouTube. CME to everybody on Facebook. CME to everyone, everywhere, to all of the Bantus spread throughout the four corners of the earth. As you begin to wake up to see who you are, you find out that you're not a black Hebrew Israelite. You find out that you are a Bantu, a Congolese. If you was to do research on the name Black Hebrew Israelite, it would not bring up land. Nope. Won't bring up land at all. But look what this is going on here. I'm gonna show you that cross again. And maybe y'all can understand it. Let me move out the way. Look at that. It's crazy, right? Watch this. It's about to give you a hurt. It's about to hurt you. People who are rocking this star of the Black Hebrew Israelites don't understand that the star is with a cross. And that's the real symbol that they're wearing. They're wearing partial of the truth. Look. So they're still rocking what? Christianity. Black Hebrew Israelites, the ones who call themselves the home of the truth, which is ISUPK. A lot of our so-called people are rocking this, rocking the star, but just because the middle is not in the middle of it, they think, oh, but you understand, this is the real sign of that symbol. The star with the cross in the middle. That is the real image of that symbol. Just because you don't have the star or don't have this cross in the middle, does not mean you're not rocking the star. If you are not, does not mean you are not rocking the cross. If you have this star on any of your stuff, let me look at you real quickly. You are a Christian still. And that's why you can't see the truth where the Most High is actually trying to show you. That's why you keep doing the same old stuff that keeps calling us to be cursed. That's why you think that our Passover is with the heathen nations. That's why you said that they're getting it from us instead of us getting it from them. That's why you can't see. That's why you think everything you're doing is right and correct. Because the Most High has allowed you to become blind. Allowed you not to be able to see. No matter how much you think you see, the Most High has told you you can't see. Because if I can pull up your image right here and see it with a cross, what the heck are you wearing? It doesn't matter what you tell other people. This is clearly what it is. The Christian world in Israel, foreign policy, 1948 to 1967. Cross on the Star of David. So what y'all doing again? Y'all so what again? Y'all so awoke. So awakened. Oh my goodness, you are so awake. Y'all so asleep. It's not even funny. You got our people looking like here like coons. Looking like baboons up in this month. Look at y'all up here dressed up with y'all clothing on. We're talking about this warlike clothing. Get your butt up out of here somewhere. Get some Bantu clothing. Look at this. It's on the floor right here. On the floor. Right there on the floor. Y'all up here wearing this mess all day long. You just ain't got the cross in the middle, but it's the same exact thing. Still the same exact thing. That's why the little space is open up. This is what that is. They're showing that you are symbolic, you are close with Islam, and you are with Christianity all at one time. Look, you are still in the curse. If you're rocking this, you're in the curse. If you're in this, you're in the curse. If you believe any of this, you're in the curse. Islam, Christianity, Judaism, all one. Ouch. Oh yeah, this is also gonna be for Kemet as well. So leave it alone, put it back, that's your mom's stuff, put it back, let it be. I know it hurts. Because a lot of y'all believe in GOCC, ISUPK. But this is all they're doing to you, family. How are you set apart now? How are you set apart? Look what this says right here. Olive wood, Jewish star of David with cross, Masonic pennant, necklace, Israel. They go hand in hand, right? So you can't have the star without having the cross. You can't have it. And all those who think they can is retarded. So, okay, y'all sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down before y'all come famous. Sit down. Yes, y'all gonna be getting whooping online. Sit down. Look at this. And then our people are so happy about it. Like, yeah, I got a cross on my chest. Who cares? Who cares? All the things that the enemy puts up before us, the cross, everything. What's his name? 2 Chainz. Why in the world? Because he's wearing 2 chains. Since he's wearing 2 chains, they call him literally 2 chains. He is called 2 chains because he wears 2 chains. What kind of chains is he wearing? What? A lion and a cross or something like that. 2 chains. Why? And then our people look up to him for what? You gonna sit your butt down, y'all back to your boy. Sit down. Sit down. You too. Okay. Belt. I think I'm playing, dog. I'm not playing. You see this belt? Y'all better chill out. All right. So we got 2 chains. Right. Our people always think they're so good because they wear a cross around their neck. So then when we come into the Black Hebrew Israelites, right, they're doing the same exact thing. This time they're not wearing a chain or wearing a cross, they're wearing a star. Look, don't understand it that the cross fits right in the middle. They're still rocking Christianity blindly, but these are your guides. Look, we can just see where, who is it? What's good? What's up, bro? What's supposed to happen tonight? The preliminary? Oh, but the discussion, is the discussion today? No, I'm saying, is it today? Is today the discussion? What time? In an hour? Yeah, because I'm live right now. Yeah, I'm a day. All right, so then, okay, cool. We'll do the discussion then tonight. That's cool. Hey, family, hold on. Let me put that on speakerphone real quick. This is Jeremiah Judah, 7,000. Hey, it's supposed to be a discussion. Go ahead and tell them people, say what's up.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, discussion going on tonight on Lions Den. Stay tuned. You can see the discussion and debates on the Lions Den Facebook page. Like, subscribe, and share.
So I got see, I didn't even know that because I had it set scheduled, but today, I think in an hour, I'm supposed to be doing a discussion on Alliance Den, so I'm gonna have to share the link. Is it gonna be on Facebook or YouTube? Which one's gonna be on both?
It'll be on the Facebook page.
It's gonna be on Facebook page.
I don't have my YouTube page up yet, so yeah, we're doing it on Facebook.
All right, so it's gonna be on Facebook. Is it gonna be on my platform? Because on my platform, there'll be more people on there to be able to watch.
You want to do it on your platform?
Yeah, that'd be nice. More people will actually come and watch.
We come over to your platform today. It's no big deal.
Yeah, and then we actually definitely promote the Alliance Den and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll come over there.
All right, that works. Just let me know. I send everyone the link who puts to come on to yeah, I'll send you the link and then you just send everybody else the link. All right, that works. All right. So now we know we got a time limit now, right? Because I gotta get ready for this discussion about the Sabbath, right? So y'all know what we be bringing today, right? So I'm gonna need Goshen in attendance. I'm gonna need y'all in attendance, and it's gonna be shared on where? UCI Congo. So it's gonna be on Truth Colors, UCI Congo. It's gonna be Periscope. It's gonna be on Facebook. It's gonna be everywhere. So I need everyone who's on here to come back and literally share this on your page. We're gonna be talking about the Sabbath, right? Trying to get everyone off of the wrong Sabbath. So we're gonna have a discussion, and we need to keep it friendly, So that's why we're doing discussion mode, because when we get to debates, I tend to see red and it's not good. So we elected to have a discussion about the Sabbath. Who's right, who's wrong, and that way you get more time to talk about what you are showing. And you know me, I'm always going to be sharing my screen, so showing people exactly what I know about the Sabbath, bringing out how everything's got to be balanced, bringing out how the fatter, we just bringing out basic things. Like number one, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was like, look, the Messiah couldn't have been sacrificed where they say they should be sacrificed, right? Because everything's gotta be balanced. The person was following me, like, okay, that makes sense. And then next, I start to show them where they say Israel is, right? And start, bringing up the numbers where Israel is at. It's like 23.5. I already know no matter where they try to say the place of the skull is, it has to be a balanced location. See, that's the place right there. See, that's the scripture. And when it says like you have to make scripture what? It has to be balanced. It has to be rightly balanced. That means when you're given this word, you have to rightly divide the word of truth. What does that mean? Be balanced. Everything has to balance out to what it's saying. So if the Most High says an unjust balance is the same thing as eating pigs to the slaughter, then that means the Messiah has to be sacrificed at a location that has to be balanced to the Father, where the Father can see it at the same time, to receive his sacrifice for us. If not, his death is in vain. Now watch this. Even the two witnesses, in order for their work to be accepted by the Most High, they have to be sacrificed in front of the place of the Most High. They have to be sacrificed in a balanced location for their sacrifice to be taken. Think about that. This is more than just talk. This is scripture. So the same place, and it says that the two witnesses die in the same place the Messiah dies at. I guarantee you that's not going to be up there. That's going to have to be somewhere in Imbo. The place of the skull has to be. Because that's the place where the Father can see the atrocity. So now the place of the skull turns into the face of the skull. Because in the face of the skull is exactly where it's going to be aligned up with the apple of the eye, Kenya, and all those areas where you can see that eye. It's going to be right inside there where that eye is, where that face is. So where the eye is down to the nose, it's going to be right there within that time. So Calvary is going to be between the eye where you're the apple of my eye. So the Golgotha, the face of the skull, is going to have to be right there in the middle. It's going to have to be right there in the middle, right there smack on the equator. Right where the equator is, the place of the skull has to be there too. Has to. The face of the skull, the face of it has to be right in there. Has to be. Hands down. Hands down. Who wants some? Just say. Christian witches, what? Creed. Are you serious? These people got a creed? I wonder what a Christian witch creed is. And now that you're finding out, remember Father said, like, those who keep and remember the wrong Sabbaths, that they're included with Christianity too? Like how there was a green light on just Christianity's life, but then he said to include, you know, the Black Hebrew Israelites. Once I found out the truth about what they're keeping and what they're doing, it makes sense. Look. Look at this. He looks bewildered, confused. What is this? We're showing that we're united back in Christianity. You might as well be wearing the cross. It should be like Israel united in the cross. It should put the cross right there. It should just put the cross right there. Because that's all it is. This is nothing but a Christian robe, a choir robe of his mother to his best. And we think we got something different. We're gloating in it. I don't want to say nothing about this, but there's so much I can say about this, like so much, right? We all dress in black, right? Just, I don't know, like what in the world? Why? I mean, I like the colors, don't get me wrong. But we're so, think that we're so enlightened that we don't understand that we are still in the same stuff that the Father has called us to come out. Look at this. You are literally got a cross. You got a star in the middle of a star. Why? Can someone please help me? Am I the one that's done lost my mind? Have I gone crazy? Because I'm trying to figure out, why do we think it's the best thing to be walking around with this star, not understanding there's another piece of this? The cross. The cross is missing. Missing. So just because you wear this star, but don't wear the cross. So get this straight. We took off the cross to put on the star. But we had the star, but we had the cross, didn't realize the star was fitting around it. Think about that for me. Yes. Dude, if you wasn't thinking about the cover, and now she got it now, and now you think about the cover, why? You wasn't even thinking about that cover until she grabbed it. Why are my kids like that? I don't understand that. Like, they don't be thinking about nothing. As soon as the other kid grab it, Daddy, she got my cover. You up here watching TV the whole entire time, just chilling. As soon as she grab your, as long as she don't grab my cover, we good, Daddy. As soon as you grab my cover, I'm gonna say something. She the same way. You know he likes something and will take it and taunt him with it like that. And he be like, I be like, what is wrong with you? And then she be like, he want my toy. I said, why you keep taunting him with your toy? Man, brothers and sisters, man, I know I used to taunt my sister. You know what I'm saying? But man, we had brothers and sister laws. You didn't go to your parents when you had sibling matters. You settled that within the siblings' court of law. Because all the parents gonna do is whoop both of you. Because we tired. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all with some ringleaders in the house. When anything got broken, you was the one name that they called first. You know what I'm talking about. Chandelier got broken, your name's the first name to get called. You could have been asleep, but you are the ringleader of everything else in the household. When things go wrong, it is you who is normally at the center of it all. So you have been paid as the leader. So anything is broken, you are the first name we are going to call. It could be someone else. It could have been a mouse. It could have been a bird who flew through the house. But we're going to find a way to put the blame on you. You know what I'm talking about. The dog come up missing, it was your fault. What? I was asleep. How am I accused of the dog being messed up from the house? They're gonna find a way. Didn't I tell you to lock the door? Yeah, that was like last week. Did you lock the door today? I was asleep. See, you lost the dog. That's what I'm talking about. They will find a way to make it your fault. Even though I was the ringleader when we was coming up, mine was a little bit different. Every single thing that my kids try to, that my brothers and sisters try to follow me and do, my grandma be right there, be like, baby, you just can't do what he do. He older than y'all. If they do it, they get their butts whooped. If I do it, it's always favor. He's older than you. Y'all can't do what he do. And they be looking at me all mad and upset, like we just got our butts whooped for doing with the same thing that he did. So they was always trying to team up and try to get me in trouble because they stuff didn't work out. But I'll be the one holding where they at. They done left, went somewhere where they wasn't supposed to go. And I'm up here holding the information. Here come my mom and dad. Where they at? Who? You know who. Your brother and your sister. Are they ain't here? You know they ain't here. They're supposed to be here. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's nothing. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just tend like to mind my own business and stuff, you know. Son, where they at? Did they tell you anything where they was going? I mean, look. I mean, I don't know specifically where it was going, but even if I did know where they was specifically going, I still wouldn't tell you because I told them that I wouldn't say nothing. My mom all pissed off and mad. She balling up her fist. Tell me, I'm gonna beat it out of her. You gotta catch me first. What'd he say? You gotta catch me first. No disrespect. I ain't disrespect nobody. I never put my hands on my mom or my dad or anybody. But my thing was this, you gotta catch me first. If you don't catch me, and the father was always good, he always let me get away. Like, right when the hands try to be thrown or something happened, because I said I was gonna keep something without telling them something, the father would keep me and being, you know, good to what I said I was gonna do. And so one time came where it seemed like my mom had me, and she came close to me, and she was about to grab me, and she almost had me, man. I'm so serious. It was some bushes right underneath. I looked at the bushes and like, this might hurt, but I gotta do it because I can't say nothing. Next you know, my mom came, I just dropped like, bloop, like into the bushes. She looked at me like, you get back up here. I was gone. My brothers and sisters finally came home that night, late at night, but my dad said something to me out of all of his kids. He said, you know what? Even though you should have told us where your brother and sister was, I have respect for you. Why? Because you ain't a snitch. You could have told us where they was or anything, but you didn't. You held your end of the deal up. Even though we was ready to beat you, you said nothing. And so he said, all my kids, I trust you. All of them. So now I have my own biological father who trusts me because I can keep secrets. So then the father's gonna do away. He's been rearing me up with my father, going down with him. So now he gives me secrets. Hey son, you wanna know something? And I'll be like, I ain't gonna tell you no, just go and tell me. But this day, I didn't have to say nothing. I woke up early in the morning and father had Isaiah 66. And he was like, you are to go live. And he kept saying the words, pigs to the slaughter. I want you to title this, pigs to the slaughter. I was like, what? He said, pigs to the slaughter. Title it just that way, pigs to the slaughter. I was like, this is gonna be a doozy. It sure is. He's like, there's sacrifices. There's Sabbaths to me. It's like them slaughtering a pig and offering it to me, saying, here you go, eat up. That's your Sabbaths. So today is pigs to the slaughter. When you're trying to keep Passover, it was pigs to the slaughter. Every single time you're trying to keep something outside of his word, it's pigs to the slaughter. Which is the same thing as practicing witchcraft. So your Black Hebrew Israelites ministry, all of your ministers are witches and warlocks. Every single last one of them. That's why they speak against the truth and don't understand the truth. Because now when the truth is coming to them, they want to speak against the name of Zambi. But they don't even understand it from the very beginning to even speak anything against it. These are witches and warlocks. Literally. Pigs to the slaughter. So let the Most High be true. And every man, woman, a liar. Isaiah 66. And we're going to use New Living Testament. The New Living Testament, we're going to use that one because that's the way the Father gave it to me. And it's going to speak volumes. It's about to hurt and rip a hole in whomever thought they knew what they thought they knew. Let there be a difference between the Most High's people and the one who serve him truly and the ones who don't. Let there be a difference and let the world see a difference. Black Hebrew Israelite isms ain't nothing but Christianity's witchcraft. That's all it is. Because if you are doing and consider yourself still to be the church, you are in witchcraft. Watch this. That's for a reason. That's a black person with a white face, right? But watch this though. They use that for voodoo, right? White face. Watch this. Remember white people with the black face? That was voodoo. There is no difference. No difference. But watch this though. That white face, the bright face, is used for what? The white face behind me. Look. He's considered to be a voodoo doctor. What about a black face? Watch this. I got something else about to even get serious and more deep. And it's going to hurt people at the core. Because you know some people who still doing this stuff to this day. Watch this. We call it praise dancing. We call it the miming ministry, right? What color face do they wear? Ouch. Shots fired. White hands. White face. The same color they use for a voodoo doctor. Are you playing with me? What's the difference? Are they not white face? This must be a voodoo doctor. They're wearing white face in a church. Is that not voodoo? Are they not doing something? They're casting a spell through a song. People could saw this. There's a lot of stuff in songs that's not scriptural. Look at this. I will make your plagues wonderful. They got a white face. Where they come from? Same thing as wearing black face. So if the white face is symbolic of voodoo, so is the black face symbolic of voodoo. And they're making fun of us. Wow. Drake defends blackface scandal. You know why? He got to show that he's different. Even though he's one of us, he is of a Jewish descent. So to continue to keep getting his wealth, he got to still diss the ones who's supposed to be supporting him, which is you. Look at him wearing blackface. That's mockery against his own people. But he's part of the other people as well. You understand? And his bloodline is the same bloodline of the oppressors. And that's not the fourth generation. That's like probably the first or second generation. So it's not out of his system yet. You understand? But these are the ones who we look up to. Our kids look up to. The same ones who's making fun of their face right in their face. They just coming out, just mocking them in their face. There is no way you can defend this. You did this for money. You done reached a certain status, Drake. Yes, you know what I'm saying? They love me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You have a sacrifice to make. What you mean? You got to show you either with them or you with us. We know you part Jewish, but we know you part Bantu too. What side you gonna be on? Bantu or with us? If you're against us, you have to do, if you're with us, you have to do what we do against them. What's that? Blackface. They'll love you for it. Don't worry about it. They won't even see it as anything. Right? So here's this blackface that he has to literally defend. Drake defends blackface scandal made viral by Pusha T. Pusha T knows something. He has to know something, but he can't say nothing. See, when you come into the game, listen to this. Listen to this. We say this, and it's part of our culture, and we don't even know it. We say our culture is in us. Street is in us, but the streets that's in us is our culture. Let me say it again. People say I got this Christian side, but then I got this street side. And then the street side want to conflict with the Christian side because the street side is how we are as a people. It's Bantu lifestyle versus Christian lifestyle. It's been in you the whole entire time. Peter's come up out of you. You doing what? Dude, that's your ear cut off. And I'm beside like, no, that's not the way. You gonna stop me from doing what I need to do. I'm gonna put that ear back on. Calm down, man. Put the sword back away. That's us. And then we see the Messiah when he's leaving. Hey, sell your cloak, sell all that stuff, and get a weapon. The Messiah told us to get a weapon. Go arm yourselves. Why? Because when I leave, they're going to try to take advantage of you. Arm yourself. Now watch this. Street side Christian side. That is the Bantu side. Now watch this. Pusha T is telling people the truth. I done seen this. They say what? The game is told, not sold. The history of our history is told, not sold. Our history is orally passed down. It wasn't really written down. It was passed down because it makes for stories. When every single day we supposed to sit down here and we supposed to talk about the 10 Commandments every day. Every day that your kids go to sleep, before they go to sleep, you're supposed to have told them the 10 Commandments. That way it stays before their heads. Whatever they're reminded of every single day is what they're going to be a part of. That's why they know how to program us perfectly, because they have the same program that comes on every single day, or on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. This is going to be a program. On Thursday and Friday, this is your program. Friday and Saturday, this is your program. And some things play every single day. The news. So you already know you're being programmed to watch the news every single day. I know if I want to get any important information, I need to go to the news. You're being programmed that way. If it's not legit, if it's not on BBC, the Father is going to come out with information that's going to put BBC and all of the informational places to shame. Let's put it like this. The stuff that's been coming out of our mouths over here in Goshen has been putting the whole entire world to shame. Let's say that again. The stuff we be putting out on Truth Colors out here in Goshen puts all of the Black Hebrew Israelite camps, Christianity, BBC, and all the world news held up by the Jewish people to shame. We have talked about so many different things and gave me so much explanation on some stuff that the world is still trying to catch up on. Like, what? So everything with the world believes we have already proven to be lies and see the holes like cheese in it. Like big holes. The only way you would not like this channel or like this is because there's something on the inside of you like, oh, I just specifically just don't like this. But to say that the word is not here would be literally to say to you, that's a misnomer. Oh, the word of the Most High is not there. Oh, the presence of the Most High is not there. No one can say that, oh, the spirit of the Most High is not over here. No one can say that. And not really know him. But if you know him, everyone's like, dude, I don't care what it is. We may not like it, but you can feel his presence. That is one thing for sure. There's a reason why people stay on for 6 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours. People say what they want to say, like, but dude, people be right there when he's on it for 9 hours. There's got to be something to this. Then the people probably looking at it like, it was 5 hours. You hear people say like, dang, I missed it live. I got to catch it on the flip side, because people want to catch the lives when it's coming out. Why? Because the stuff be fresh, straight from where? The Father. And the words prove it. Now we're coming against every single religion. Now listen what the word says. To him who overcomes. Overcomes what? All these religions. I will give unto him. See, it would have been okay if I'm just coming against Christianity. But then I'm Black Hebrew Israelites coming against them. That would still fit in with their plan. But they got this person who's coming against Black Hebrew Israelites, Christianity, Kemet. He's not going into anything that we have set up or ordained for any of the people, because they don't like Christianity. They come on Black Hebrew Israelites. Not the Hebrew Israelite, they got Kemet. That's great. It keeps everything separated and is still within the spectrum of what we control. Usually what they keep, their celebration is going to still be within still what America still keeps. It's going to be within that. Here you have this person saying, number one, get out everything. Don't keep none of their feasts, none of their Sabbaths. Let it all die. Don't even keep it at the same time. If you within 3 months of what they done kept, the same feast, you off. Who is this person? Then he said, let them keep the land they call Israel. I remember that last year when I said, let them keep the land they call Israel. That's when they started to put out notices. Facebook started to send out notices. Like, we have a right to remove people from your lives. Before that, they was not saying that. The moment I told people in Goshen to let Israel be Israel and let them have that land, I'm the first one that ever said that. Everyone else always put in the mode of, we need to fight for this land. They're in our land. We need to keep up. And everyone said, that's our land and we gonna fight for it. As long as we looking this way, they can keep doing what they're doing this way. Because now watch this. If you're looking this way, you can never see the atrocities going on in the DRC. But the moment you begin to turn your mind away from this land that they call land and start to look over here at the DRC, you begin to start to see the people. Every single thing that the Father said would be in our land, the detriments of Deuteronomy chapter 28, you begin to start to see the atrocities. The stranger coming in amongst them, getting higher above them. They're working for pennies on a dollar. Huh? No, I need to get something right now. Okay. So with that being said, it was just, so all these things is crazy, and the Father is showing forth his word, and then on top of that, he finds someone who's bold enough to step out. Then Father began to give out the secrets. Everyone wants to talk about Revelations 3:9, Revelations 2:9. Father's like, I'm gonna give you something that blows that out of the water. I was like, what? He said, go to Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. I was like, what? Are you serious? Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And it was just on me. I didn't even know why I was on it, but I was there. And Father was showing me something. He said, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow what they talk about out the water. That way you'll be able to prove it in many ways. Thanks, man. What did it say? When it came here, mixed race, I was like, oh my. Do you know, when I be seeing this stuff, when he be bringing stuff out to me, my mind be blown. I be like, oh my goodness. Oh, we about to smack fire at them, Father. Yes, smack fire. Fire it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. It's gone. All right. It's literally smacking fire at them. And this is what I was doing. Guess what? He was doing this when I was getting ready for my debate. The Father was giving me food on the plate. Like, look, I want you to feed him this right here. Give him that. Set him this dessert right here. And this right here is for desserts. He be in it. So we about to have a discussion. Can you imagine how colorful the Spirit of the Father is going to be at tonight? Can you imagine how colorful this discussion is going to be? Colorful. And I'm already upset. I'm already showing pigs to the slaughter. Let's get 11 because I got to get up out here by 6. So he showed me this among our people shall occupy. So no one can stand against this because this witness came straight from him and says like what? It's like oil. That's why I don't care what nobody say. It doesn't matter. The oil pours out. Showing forth what? Zechariah chapter 4. Who is these people? What is he? Oh, that's the 2 anointed ones. Who the Messiah, who stands before the Messiah. And then I carried I literally had the little thing owned by Yah. Come on now. Come on now. This is where it's at. This is where we're supposed to be. Look. So he said this right here, what? Then the word of Yah came to me saying, okay, the hands of Zerubbabel will say, loud the foundations of this house. We already know that they said, even Gideon was called Zerubbabel. It's crazy, right? Then I asked the angel, what are the 2 olive trees on the right hand and the left lampstand? And I questioned him further. What are the 2 olive branches beside the 2 golden pipes which the golden oil pours? What's that? That's Revelation. Do you not know what these 2, who these are? He inquired. No, my Lord, I replied. So he said, these are the 2 anointed ones who are standing. If I'm standing by him, then what? The fresh oil comes out. New revelation, new understanding, new ways of breaking this word down. This becomes a weapon now in my hands. A weapon. All I need is this. I don't need really an RK. I don't need no AK-47. I don't need none of that. The fire of the word just literally becomes my weapon. Anyone try to step anything, I just speak their name in the name of Yesiah Congo. Boom, they done. It's a wrap, son. It said you have power to destroy the wicked with what? My word. The very same thing that man was brought up in, man can be destroyed by it. That's what they fail to realize. I'm independent of what? The Father, the Messiah says, the moment you are cut off from me, you cease to breathing. But man want to think he's God, but will get cut down just like a root from a tree. And see how much God he is. He is not Yah. And he need to have several seats. So he about to push himself over the edge, far away from the Almighty. And he already told me this in 2015. He said, son, man is about to go to a place where I am not going to go. And therefore, cut himself off completely from me. Man is going to say that he created himself. Say what? Yes, son. When man says that he has created himself, there will be a mark given to those to receive. This will be the mark of the what? Beast. People are going to get tired of hearing about Christianity because they have already shown the ugly skirt of Christianity. It has no power. Black Hebrew Israelites has been doing their job, causing people not to want to hear about the truth in that sense. So now when people say they got the truth at this real time, people ain't gonna want to hear it. People are gonna be fed up with it. But then when we speak, it's gonna be a different spirit on us that's gonna cause them to listen. You're gonna hear people say something like, you know what? I normally don't listen to Christianity or listen to anything religious or spiritual, but the way you say it, it makes me want to hear it more. That's the different spirit that the Father says he's gonna pour out on his people. Because I hear it all the time. He would tell me, you know what? I was talking to a lady who works in the art department. She was like, I normally don't listen to anything spiritual or anything religious. But the way you explain what you're explaining, it sounds so real and it sounds believable. You got my ears. Do you know her whole mindset changed towards me? When I told her I'm the king of my people, she looked at me and was like, and she believed everything. I showed her the signs. I showed her this is a stranger. And she believed it. Think about that for a minute. The Bible says that the Gentiles will be inquiring about this symbol. What does it mean? What does it mean? Can you imagine someone walking into Walmart at the time of this, and they walking around with this mask, with a person with some change going to it saying, "Oh my God." Can you imagine many thoughts that's going through that person's mind at that moment? It's nothing like seeing a Superman sign, nothing like seeing any of these Black Panther signs or any other known signs out here. But this sign has the same kind of power as these signs, and then some more, and then some. People like, it looks like a Black person or a person in slavery. It's like reminding them of what you did. I began to start to tell her about all the atrocities of America. She was like, almost looking at me like, how can I escape this? How can I escape what's coming? Because I put it out there in such a manner, because I was like, everyone talks about karma, right? What goes around comes around. You use their own words against them to explain the gospel. He who is wise wins souls. You got to know how to talk to them. Reach them. We can reach them with our own lingo, but that don't do anything for them. How do you reach one of them? People like that, they believe in karma. What goes around comes around. Even though we may not believe it in that manner, we believe it another way from the scriptures. But you hit them with what they hit, with what they know. Hey, you know, bad karma. What goes around comes around. You know, America had us as slaves for a long time. You know, they always say what goes around comes around. What can they say? Nothing. They already said they mouth bad karma, good karma. What you do to others is going to happen to others. You know what I'm saying? America has had us in slavery for 400 something years. So what goes around comes around. Where you think America headed to? Can someone please tell me? Or write it in the comment section, please. See, we hitting them with stuff that they already know. They don't want to hear it, but that's what it is. The Bible talks about people won't be able to endure sound doctrine. That's exactly what's going on right now. The doctrine's no longer got this spin to it, this sugary taste to it. It's now raw in your face, and people are like, ugh, what is that? It's the gospel. And the Father says, oh, and taste and see that Yah is good, and his mercy endures forever. And that's still true. But the Father always comes with a sword so he can clean us up, so we can enjoy peace. So the New Living Translation says what? This is what Nazambi says. Heaven is my throne. So think about that for a minute. And the earth is my footstool. Could you build me? Now, this when he got into the moment. It sounded like the Father was telling me to build him a temple. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was telling me to build him a temple. But in the process, do this too. Watch this. Heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Could you build me a temple as good as that? Could you build me such a resting place? My hands have made both heaven and earth. They and everything in them are mine. I, Nazambi, have spoken. I will bless those who have humble and contrite hearts. He is telling us how to be blessed. He is speaking verbatim, literally what he's expecting from us right now. And right now, what we're doing today, if today is your Sabbath, you're offering pigs as slaughter to the Father, saying, here you go, here's your offering. I'm keeping the Sabbath, and he looks at it, he sees pig. Like, what is this? What you bringing before me? This is not what I asked for. You have given me a sacrifice, but not what give me of obedience. So we're trying to give a sacrifice constantly. That's what witches do. That's what warlocks do. Always offering up a sacrifice instead of being obedient. The sacrifice only comes when there's disobedience. And disobedience is the same as witchcraft. What it say? Hold on. Disobedience, rebellion is the sin as witchcraft. Let's go see it. So disobedience, and we can see where the sacrifice comes in. Because every single time in witchcraft, there's always a sacrifice needed. The Father's calling for obedience. Rebellion, which is the same thing as disobedience. Let's see what rebellion is. All right. So by keeping the wrong feast days, you are what? A witch. By keeping the wrong Sabbath, you are considered to be a witch. So all those who are Black Hebrew Israelites, if you're keeping the wrong feast days and Sabbath, you are a witch, not set apart people. Ouch. Defiance toward an authority, meaning what? If you love me, you would keep my what? Commandments. But your commandments, you think it's the 10 commandments. When the commandments he's talking about is the first commandments established, which was the feast days and Sabbaths. Ouch. Established. Convention, right? So, rebellion is the same as the sin as what? A witch or a warlock. Let's bring it out. Rebellion is the sin. What is this? I didn't have to put it. I didn't have to finish it. The Most High is speaking, family. I'm telling y'all. People ain't gonna come over here like that. Why? Because they're gonna feel the spirit. I ain't playing with this. They're gonna have to leave. Anyone want to play with Christianity? You are welcome to play with them. But over here, you can't play over here and think you're gonna live. This is where the fire at. Before you're gonna get burned. You understand? Samuel denounces Saul for what? But Samuel declared, does the Most High delight in burnt offerings? That's your sacrifice. Ouch. Is he speaking? Let's go. And sacrifices. So he doesn't delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much in obedience to his what? To his voice. So the Father has commanded us to keep the Sabbath, to remember the Sabbath day, not just any Sabbath day, but to remember his Sabbath. Then he meant that. And to do anything outside of it is witchcraft. So watch this. To lean on your own understanding is what? Witchcraft. So every single time you think you know more than the Most High sees you as witchcraft. When you begin to lean, I was thinking more of the word this way. That's witchcraft. That's why he says to cast down every thought and imagination that exalts itself higher than the knowledge than he has. Not that Christianity is put in your brain. For rebellion. So we know that Christianity knew that they wasn't supposed to be keeping Halloween, but they literally made a sacrifice for the people who did keep Halloween and couldn't give it up and call it Hallelujah Night. But you want to sit up here and want to stand for people who have literally made the word of Yah watered down and put to stand up for them? You better get up out of here. If Yah is for you, who could be against you? But if Yah is against you, who can stand for you? So as much as in obedience to his voice, behold, obedience is better than a sacrifice. And attentiveness is better than the fat of rams. So he means like this. If you would just listen, you won't have to give a ram. If Adam and Eve had just not eaten from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they wouldn't need sheep's of skin or animal skin to cover them. They would still be covered by obedience, by his glory. And now we're going backwards to get it back again. And we're expecting for the Father just to give us a handout. Like, no. The prodigal son had to make his way starting his journey. And then when the Father saw that he meant business and was actually showing up, he was like, hey, that's my son. You understand? So there's a lot of witchcraft going on right now. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Every single Father says, every person who don't have my word or is not obedient to my words, these are the ones going to be scraped off the face of the earth. I'm going to say that again. Oh, there he is. Y'all better ready? It's 5:49. I got one more part to read. Yeah, I'm going to set it back over. I didn't start it back over. I was already here. I'm going to get off. You said at 6 o'clock, right? No, I'm still on right now. It's on 5:49 right here. It's 5:49 for me. The time is 5:49. Yeah, I'm gonna start a whole new link. Yeah, I'm gonna start a whole new. Yeah. Yeah, you good? Yeah, because I'm still reading something right now. 8:50. Is that what you talking about? So you like 6:15? You talking about like that? Because it. Okay, 6:20 my time. Okay, cool. I'll be off by that time. All right. See, the Father's so good. We weren't even experienced yet. So the Father is so. I'm telling you, everything always works out when you with Him. For rebellion is the sin of divination. What? I ain't calling nobody what? I ain't doing this, but the words say, this is what the words say, right? Everyone want to do differently than what the words say, right? And then people want to actually try to put something as, like it's the thing. Like they people, the Christianity is it. Let me see when Christianity was born. How long is Christianity? Is it ancient or is it New Age? Christian. Now they're going to say it's based off of what? It's going to, watch this. If it says that Christianity is based off of the Jewish people, then that means the Jewish people got it from us. So then you can see that Christianity is a double knockoff. So we the people. Then the Ashkenazi people try to be us. So then Christianity comes from the Jewish people. So then Christianity is a double knockoff. It's like we're the real people. Then Jewish people is the knockoff. And then Christianity gets their stuff from the Jewish people. So it's a knockoff of a knockoff. Oh, and then you want to vouch for this. Christianity comes from, look, Judaism. You see how this is going to hurt? So bad. Look, Christianity is rooted in Second Temple Judaism. Wait a minute, hold up now. Hold up. Oh, shots fired. Did they really want to go here? See, I know Kerry Anne and Teotw ministries didn't expect someone like me to come after they tell. But guess what, homie? I'm here. Here I am, baby. If you go and sit up here and vouch for Christianity, I don't care if you're talking about the Jesus Christ of Nazareth. While we there, let's look up Nazareth. Since you want to say that, right? Where is Nazareth located? If Nazareth is located somewhere in Africa, she need to have many seats. You know what? Let me help that out for her real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get that map for her right now. Just go ahead and just change my whole entire background and show where Kenya is and Nazareth. It's dang on shine. Said, like the Father said, don't Google the information. I am going to show you. Like, okay. Let me see. There it is. Let me move my head out the way. Let me see. I think it's supposed to be somewhere in here. Here we go. Let me bring up the real map then, and we'll find it. That's Carrigo right there. But I think Nazareth was somewhere. It's gonna be down in these areas, like over towards that area. Let's go get the map. Let's let Kerry Anne know where Nazareth is, because she keeps saying, and I'm not talking about this, but I'm talking about Jesus of Nazareth. Right. You know what? Let's do it. Promise to bless. Let's get it. Get it. Promise to bless. Y'all better get blessed. If y'all ain't never seen this, y'all gonna be going there from now on. Watch. I always send people here all the time. It will put everyone else to shame. And he don't even know what he's sitting on. No idea. None whatsoever. So when I started on my way of truth, getting everything going, Father started to say things to me. And as he started to say them, he began to point me to different locations. So stuff began to stick out. So once the Father has spoken certain different things to you, he'll begin to start to put those things in your path. You'll begin to start to see things of what he has said. But Nazareth is going to be, let me see if I can find it. Is my hard drive connected? Is that an animal? Oh, it's a cat. I'm about to say, like, what? Who let the cat out? Like, but yeah, man, it's getting heated, right? So sin, rebellion is the sin of divination. I'm still trying to find that for her. I really want to find that for her so she can see it. Because she keeps using Jesus of Nazareth. And I'm like, okay. Do you know where Nazareth is, since you want to come against the Congo? Do you know where Nazareth is? Do you know where Nazareth is? But you don't know who this is. Beep. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff be crazy. Man, that sound like Gizmo off of the Gremlins up in this mud. They always make the ugliest creatures have a nice little cute Cully Wuzzy voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude. And you hear the voice. I remember when I was little, and then I seen it. Let me show you Gizmo. This is the Cully Wuzzy thing. Had a nice little voice, but Gizmo looked like Pepto-Bismol up in his mother. Look horrible. Look. This is Gizmo. You see him, you would want to beat him with a bat. But they make always the ugliest creatures having the nicest voice. Like it's always trying to make you fall in love with a monster. They've been doing this for a long time, family. They've been trying to make you fall in love. The job of the enemy is to make you fall in love with him. The Messiah said it too. He said, look, when he rebuked Peter, he was like, look, you only savor the things that belong to man and not the things that belong to Yah. That's the enemy's job, is to appeal to man. So he's going to appeal to what? Your intellect. Your intellect is going to matter to him. He wants you to say something. Speak your mind, right? While the Most High says, you better stop leaning on your own understanding. You know, your mind got to be spoken within reason. I want to play this. I don't know if I want to play all this. All right, let me see. It might give me the first. It might give me the first one again. Let me see. Let's do it. I gotta read the rest of this. I'm trying to get through the rest of this, and if I don't, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. I can't do it. All right. So Christianity, Judaism. You see it. All right, it's connection. I get ready to go. All right. So Isaiah 66. Let's get to it. Then we gotta get up out of here. So y'all know that what sins, same thing as rebellion. Let's go. All right. So the Father, what I will bless those who have a humble and contrite hearts. That means you don't know everything. Who tremble at my word. You were shaking at his word. Understand? But those who choose their own ways, delight in their delectable sins, which is what rebellion. You know, you are saying that you know what the Father's Sabbath is, but yet I done prove your Sabbath to be wrong, but you still want to keep what you want to keep. Oh yeah, the Father ain't receiving you no more. You understand? So I'm gonna have fun with this, right? Delighting in their detestable, abominable sins, right? Will not have their offerings accepted. Ooh, wait. Oh, it's just shots fired. How many Sabbaths did you kept? How many feast days? That's what he said to you. All the time you've been keeping your Sabbaths, he said you ain't kept one. I have not accepted none of them. So you either gonna keep my Sabbath the way I said keep it, and then it counts to you. Keep my feast days when I told you to keep them, and then it counts for you. So if anyone's leaning their own understanding about these feast days and Sabbath, guess what? You are dead wrong, and the Father has received none of your offerings. None. You done killed lambs in vain because he's seen it just the same thing as pigs to the slaughter. You offer them a pig. Shabbat Shalom, that's a pig. When is it? Well, we kept it today. Why are you keeping the Sabbath today? Because it's the Sabbath. Why? Because we know this day is Monday, which is actually, that's the first, well, Sunday is the first day. So it's one, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See, and then we know that, the day go from really from, from sundown to sundown. So that's 7 days right there, though. You know what I'm saying? Then Saturday right there, and you go right back to Sunday again. Done, son. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get the, you know what I'm saying? The enemy think he's smarter than us, bruh. But he ain't smarter than us. We understand what he did. He just changed the days around. We still got our 7-day week. We understand that Monday ain't the first day. Nope. It's Sunday. Yeah, bro. That's what it is, son. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was going to get the little smooth one over us, man. Who we think he is, man? We Hebrews, bro. Hebrew. What's your name right there? My name is Israel. Israel Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's the nation right there, man. The nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? It's the true nation right here. We sound so foolish. And then here I come like, well, actually Israel
did not denote a name of a people or a nation. It's actually just a prophecy. What you talking about, cuz? I can show you right here in this word, right here. Like, see, look, see Jezreel? See, we can't be claiming about the J and then allow the J to work for when we want it to work. See, if it says Jezreel, right there, Jezreel, we take away the J because we have to, because if we don't take away the J here, we can't take away the J for Jesus. Okay, here you could, here you could. Put an I right there, got an E, got that Z right there. You got that's is right there, right? Is. Then the REEL. That Jezreel actually turns to Israel. Oh, word? Well, I don't know. Where you get that from, cuz? Well, look at, I just show you in the word. Man, see, the Holy Spirit be speaking to me. And he said we were Israel. Well, it didn't line up with his word, though. Israel means just Yah scattered seed. But those who choose their own ways, delighting in their detestable sins, will not have their offerings accepted. What you mean, cuz? Your offering ain't gonna be accepted. But I've been trying to do what the Most High been telling me to do, cuz. What's up, blood? Look. The word just spoke and said what it did. It says your offerings of your Shabbat Shaloms and these stars y'all wearing around your neck, literally it's the same thing as having a cross on your neck and think it's something different. Is literally ludicrous. And he says the same thing as offering on pig. Can you see how this looks like a whole clown show now? We look like clowns. Literally, we just without the black face or the white face. But it's still witchcraft. And we keep saying, man, we keep doing this for the Most High. Most High's like, I didn't send you fools. Y'all got our people more messed up than what they ever was. It was better for us to be in Christianity and it's to be brought out of Christianity right into what we're doing now versus us going to the streets looking like clowns. We could have left that whole part out. Seriously. And more people will probably be more attuned to what we're talking about now because look how we're doing it now versus how they did it. This makes sense. That does not. Father always used the breath and he always anointed the people who he uses. If you're not anointed, sit down somewhere. And I'm not talking about Pastor Bucket Mouth anointing you, saying you're anointed. No, sit down. Will not have their offerings accepted. When such people sacrifice a bull, watch what he will see it as. It is no more acceptable than a human sacrifice. Ooh. Somebody called the cops. Someone just committed murder. All the time you're up there sacrificing a bull for your sacrifice. Oh, it's feast day, it's Passover. Father just seen you just kill a human being. When they sacrifice a lamb, think about this, it's about to be nasty. It is as though they had sacrificed a dog. So all your Passovers, that was not a true Passover, you offered up a dog. Play with that if you want to. Y'all see how serious this just got? When they bring an offering of grain, they might as well offer the blood of a pig. Wow. Now, people want to tell you like, oh, bro, we here in America. Since we here in America, we're supposed to keep the Sabbath according to America. Says who? Father says, remember my Sabbath to keep it holy. Signifying it could be another Sabbath. Remember to keep the Sabbath and keep it holy. Keep it set apart. So why in the world would the enemy give you a set apart Sabbath and anything close to it? Why? Think about that. If this is the very thing that's going to cause you to be blessed, to keep you cursed, I'm going to cause you to be messed up in this area. This is going to be the one area I'm going to attack you in. It's your feast days and your Sabbath. Because those are the same days when you got attacked. Was on your feast days and your Sabbath. Because they knew you couldn't fight on your feast days and your Sabbaths. So it's a win-win. When they burn frankincense, as if they had kissed, as blessed an idol. Woo! I will send them great trouble. Yes, it's supposed to be 620. Okay, see. I will send them great trouble, all the things they feared. For when I called, they did not answer the call. When I spoke, they did not listen. They deliberately sinned before my very eyes and chose to do what they knew I despised. They have a witness telling them, yo, feast days and Sabbath, the Father hates them. And I keep telling them why. The vernal equinox, huh? So how can they say they have a cloak for their sin when I tell them we are to go the opposite of them? And I've proved it many times. Equinoxes occur on the 20th, 21st of March, 22nd, and the 23rd of September. Where are we coming up to? Close to an equinox, right? Each year and both days have an equal length of days and nights, signifying that is a New Year's. But everyone still keep their New Year's, what? From March. Because they think the devil is trying to keep something from them. And the devil is keeping something from them. The truth. So everything that they try to keep becomes a sacrifice. Like witches and warlocks give. Pigs to the slaughter. That's how the Father sees it. During March, it is springtime in the northern hemisphere. And March equinox is called vernal equinox and spring equinox. While the autumn time in the southern hemisphere, and March equinox is called the autumn equinox and fall equinox. In other words, on March equinox, it is springtime in the UK, the United States of America, Canada, Russia, India, and China. While it's autumn time in Australia, Argentina, Chile, New Zealand, and South Africa. Similarly, during September, it is fall in the northern hemisphere. And September equinox is called autumn equinox and fall equinox, while it is New Year's in the southern hemisphere. And September equinox is called vernal equinox and New Year's equinox. In other words, on September, it is fall in the UK, United States of America, Canada, Russia, and India, and China, while it is New Year's in Australia, Argentina, Chile, New Zealand, and South Africa. So literally, right now, we are moving towards a new year in our homeland, where the Father has placed his name. We all know we come from the motherland. Ain't nobody seen us come from, no one's ever come from there, ever. But we keep vouching for that place. We come from the motherland. Love who you are. We are a colorful people. For every single time we want to come back, they're going to have your booty up in the air, shaking it. If that's part of our culture, so what? It's like people are ashamed of your culture. If you got it, shake it. That's exactly what we did. David Oprah, what? He danced right up out of his clothes. Where do you think they're going to do that at? So we're in Israel? Please. They did that right there in the so-called, what they call the motherland. Where the dancers come out. We got little kids doing dances, killing it. In Africa, are you serious? And we know ain't nobody gonna touch them on that. They killing it. So imagine how David danced and how the Father loved it. Are you kidding me? They learned that where? In that what they place they call Israel? The Father got the witnesses right there. All these dance moves is coming up from South Africa. Even Michael Jackson went to Africa in the 1980s and he learned some moves up there. Think about that for a minute. Moonwalk, all that stuff probably came from Africa. Check it out. Oh yeah, check it out. You're like, what? You serious? Yes, let's go. So they deliberately sinned before my very eyes and chose to do what they know I despise. So I just show people there is a difference. So why it is daytime over here, it's night over there. So the Father's going to say what? Just like he just said earlier, heaven is my earth, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Look at the difference. Now, if your feast days are any way close to one another like this, not as far as the heaven is from the earth, you got it wrong. And I guarantee you, most of our people got it wrong. But they will claim that they're in the truth. They will say, I've been awoke. Do you understand? You don't become awakened until you begin to keep the feast days and the Sabbath, because they are the only thing that's set apart. That's what sets you apart. That's why they call set apart feast. My Sabbath sets you apart. If you've been keeping the wrong Sabbath and the wrong feast days, can you tell me how you have been in the truth? Ouch. How have you been in the truth? When he just said every single thing you was offering me while you was in the truth was pig's blood. Shots fired. That's on everybody. Everybody like, dang, my whole little walk been nothing. I'm just, so how long I been keeping Goshen? That's how long I've been alive? Yep. Yep. Because he just told you. You've been keeping your feasts. You've been keeping your Sabbaths. How did he view it? If he said it was unacceptable, that means none of that what you did counts for anything. You were still dead to him. So the moment you begin to keep the right feast days and the right Sabbath, do you see why the enemy want to fight people in this area? You understand now. This is the stumbling block in Israel. Thinking you got it right on your Sabbath. Think you got it right on your feast days. Because your mind is being institutionalized in prison. You think you better than your homeland. That's where it comes from. We ain't African. Then what are you? Huh? Where'd you come from? If you can't claim the motherland, where you come from then, huh? Australia? You understand you falling right into the perfect plan. The Father said it was going to happen. Book of Maccabees, he said you will become a stranger to your own land.
Okay, you guys stop. Okay, stop. Put it.
Just saying. It's happening. This is what's going on right now. We're strangers to our own land, our own customs. When someone show you the truth in your own word that's written for us, you want to still try to doubt it and jump over it because you want to keep with your own delusion. Let the bullets fly as they fly. Let's go. Let the truth hit us right where it needs to hit us. May the Father humble us in front of him in his word. It says, those who tremble at my word. Not those who just read my word, not those who are literally just study my word. Those who tremble. When a prophet spoke, people trembled. Are you here for good or are you here for bad? I will bless those who humble and contrite hearts, who tremble at my word. Hear this message. Those who do what he know that you know he totally despised. Hear this message from Yah, from the Zambi, Yah. All who tremble at his words. Your own people hate you and throw you out for being loyal to my name. What's happening, family? People starting to throw you out with the dogs. Why? Because you called on the name of Nzambi, Yah. Is not the scripture come to life? Is this not what happening? Huh? Because you're being loyal to the name. These offenses are coming.
I'm not gonna jump in my bed. Get up.
Just saying. Come on.
Get out the bed.
You know, people coming, right? Because I put up there Christian witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? And put on there the Black Hebrew Israelites. So people coming. They coming. Let's get it. And throw you out for being loyal to my name. Huh? May the Father bless us tonight on this discussion. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, family. All right. Let the Zambia be honored. They scoff. Be joyful in him. But they will be put to shame. So the ones coming against the Zambia, one day you are going to be put to shame. And all those who left because of that name, you was never meant to be here in the first place. You can't put your hands to the plow and then look back. But you gonna go back. What you missing out on? Christianity? Calling on Jesus? Get out of here with that. Give me the Ancient of Days with a blade. Any day. They would give me something that's fake as Christianity. I am not a Christian. And I'm not a Black Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Bantu Congolese. And I'm a warrior for the Messiah. But they will be put to shame with all the commotion in the city. Watch this. So when the trouble comes, they're going to remove the same ones who was mocking his name. Where your protection at then, family? What is that terrible noise from the temple? It is the voice of Nzambi, taking vengeance against his enemies. Do you want to be an enemy at the time right now against his name? Do you really want that smoke? Sister Kerry Anne, you better calm yourself down and stop letting the enemy use you as a tool. You're going to see what the Father spoke against witches, who speaks opposite of what the Father says, and try to use his name as a cloak to hide their true preference as a word from the Most High Yah. That's called prophesying from your own heart. Wickedness. Just because you have a certain preference does not mean you begin to start to use it as a pulpit for the Father's presence. And say coming from the Father. The Father is not double-minded. So how you gonna call voodoo when I just proved the very same thing that you claiming to be in has been called New Age from the very beginning? You better have many seats, lady. Before the birth pains even begin, Azania gives birth to a son. Who has ever seen anything as strange as this? Who have ever heard of such a thing? Has a nation ever been born in a single day? Has a country ever come forth in a mere moment? That's what's going to happen. We begin to keep the right feast days and Sabbath those. These are the very same things that's going to happen. It's going to bring forth. But by the time Azania or Imbo's birth pain begins, listen, her children will be born. He just told you the time frame. But by the time Jerusalem, he's talking about the homeland, birth pains begins. So the shaking that's going to take place in Jerusalem is going to be the same thing as Jerusalem giving birth to her children. So the time of Jerusalem's trouble, it says her children will be born. Be what? You will be awakened to who you are. So whatever your land is experiencing, you're going to experience. What are you doing, boy? Stop doing it. Yes, stop doing it. What is wrong with him, brother? He just spit a thing right here. And I'm on live right here with that. But he just kept doing it. I was like, what? What is the purpose of this? I mean, I know it was a game, but he's taking it out of the purpose of the reason for the game. But by the time Jerusalem's birth pain begins, her children will be born. So you're going to wake up, whether you want to or not. Father going to shake some of you like this. Wake up. Wake up. Like, seriously. I got water everywhere. Sometimes you need to see it. Some of you can talk after fire. Some of you guys snatch them the heck out of it. Come here. What you doing? Hold my hand. Get out of it. Get out of it. Get your butt over here. I said, get your. Some of you guys snatch. Get your butt over here. What you doing? What you doing? If you don't get your butt home, if you don't run, and I'm a whoop. But I'm a grown person. I don't care if you is grown. You about to feel the wrath of the Most High. I'm snatching you out the fire. Get your butt over here and sit down somewhere. I'm serious. Oh, there he is. You ready, bro? You ready, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna be on Zoom. Yeah, I'm gonna be on Zoom. I'll put on there Lions Den discussion. All right. I'm gonna send that out to you. Y'all can send it to you. I'm gonna send it straight to you. I'm gonna send it to you. I mean, once I go on, I'm gonna invite, go on Facebook, whatever, and I'm gonna send it straight to your inbox. All right, not a problem. All right, we gotta really wrap this up. All right, let's see if we can get through this. By the time Jerusalem's birth pains began, her children. Hello. Yeah, it's gonna be on Truth Colors. I'm gonna send in the Truth Colors. You see, yeah, it's gonna be from there to where you want me to send it to yours. What kind of profile you want me to send it yours? Yeah, I can do that. All right, no worries. All right, let's get to it. But by the time Jerusalem's birth pains began, her children will be born. So he's told you that that's gonna be a quick work. The Father's gonna do a quick work in us. Would I ever bring this nation to the point of birth? Meaning what? All this stuff that we're learning about the Most High and everything, the true name of him and whatnot. He says, I'm causing this to happen. You think I'm gonna bring this to a close? Look, we have never heard this stuff before. This is showing up, it's birthing a nation. It's birthing a people. This is the birthing of us. This is the awakening of us. To know that we're Congolese, to know that we're Bantus. That is the word they don't want us to ever come out of our mouth. Why? Because they start to see the atrocities that they did to the Congolese. Chopping off our hands. You don't think you won't receive punishment for that? And may the Most High condemn anyone who will try to stand against us being born again. Knowing about our heritage and knowing about who we are. This is the birthing of a nation. To know their history. All of it. Not just the parts that look pretty. So kudos to Jonathan Shalombo and Pastor Mello, who keeps pushing through the fire, even though our people are stubborn as hell and don't want to hear. Because it's not the so-called pretty part that they painted of themselves of you. Huh? Many of you wish you was white, but you are stuck in this color. That's why you always choose to prefer to go over there where they at instead of coming to your own. Now, one of you ever thought about going into Africa? Y'all always want to choose where it's more lighter in. Because you hate where you come from. And that's the truth. And that's why all them punk camps always teach that we come from here, come from there. Why? Because they're probably talking about those people inside their minds. So they feel better about themselves when they call them Hamites. But they can see the same features as you as I. They're the same as us. But they refuse to see it, so they close their eyes and continue to paint the lie before the people's face. Enough is enough. We're Bantu and we're Congolese, and our people are in slavery over back at home. That's the truth of the thing. But that's what happens when you take away a kingdom and its king. They get dominated, conquered, and divided. Sheeps with no shepherd. And all I've been hearing from the Most High for a very long time was feed my sheep, feed my lambs. And I kept telling him his sheep is already being fed. I passed by T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and all these Juanita Bynums and everything. But I will always hear, feed my sheep, feed my lambs. And I didn't think I had nothing to say. The Father has filled my mouth with good and plenty. All praises to his name. No, I would never keep this nation from being born. So no matter what they try to do to kick against the prison, against his name, and against the truth that we know right now as a burning flame, it will not be put out. But it's going to cause us to be born, reborn. Here you go, baby. Play with this fire if you want to. Just as the Most High said, I will be around Jerusalem, a wall of fire, so as the Most High is a wall of fire around the truth and those who believe it. Come this way, baby. I challenge any heretic. That means an unbeliever. If you don't believe in this truth, you are an unbeliever. That's why the Messiah could say, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. He was calling everything else a lie. And I could say the same thing. This is the way, the truth, and the life. It doesn't fit in with the pretty picture as Christ. Don't fit in with the same pretty picture they painted, huh? It gets grimy and dirty. That's why those from the streets can understand, because they don't live that life. You know what it's like to have your last meal taken from you, and this is all you got, and you got to give it your best shot. The Father's always been kind to them. Why? Because they had to understand something. They was willing to give all just to take care of what they needed to take care of. So Father had mercy, because your code was the same way. I will not let you go until you bless me. So they was showing, hey, I'm of his seed. So Father sees that and remembers his mercy. Many of us should have been dead and gone. But we showed and exemplified the same strength and courage of our own fathers, Jacob or Jacob. So no, I will never keep this nation from being born, says Nazambi. Yah. Rejoice with Azania. Be glad with her, all you who love her, and all you who mourn for her. Remember, I will return back the ones who mourn over the feast. Drink deeply of her glory, even as an infant drinks at his mother's comforting breast. That's talking about fruit is coming. He just taught to you. Look what he said. This is what Nazambiya says. I will give Azania a river of peace and prosperity. The wealth of the nations will flow to her. That means all the money of these high companies. See, look, this is what I need. I need all for my people to dig in to find all the companies that used our people back in the day for merchandise. The licorices, the gator baits, all that stuff is witnesses against these companies who has made their thousands and billions of dollars off of the mockery of the Congolese people. See, when he said you're going to boast in the wealth of the nations, that means you're going to be able to sue every single company from something. Levi jeans, Levi 101, 501 blue jeans had a black slave in the middle of it, and then it was whipping it, and it was about to pull his body apart. That's known. So when we arise up as these Congolese people that King Leopold did with the, you know, the chopped off hands, that's a witness against them. So now we can sue Belgium. Or with those, now we can sue Levi. You will boast in the wealth of the nations. All the people got their money, all these white people, the 13 bloodlines got their money from all this stuff. They own all these companies. You begin to start to dig into their pockets. And it's got to literally be flooded in and take care of your nation. The same thing that's happening with the so-called Jewish people is going to happen with our people. It's going to be done the right way, though. It's going to happen. You've been watching it and get pissed off. Oh, man, we got to give these Jewish people this money. That was supposed to be happening to you. See, they understood what, see, being you, they understood that they were supposed to be getting a stipend from the nations. I'm going to say it again. Everything that you see these Jewish people get is coming to you and then some. Because they got people to believe that they were you. But once we prove that they were never it, and they say that we have inherited lies, what does that mean? We've been given to the wrong people. All of our credit and everything belongs to you. So all the money they gave to them, it puts them in debt. And they have to give all that stuff back, plus and then some. You have been watching what you're supposed to be receiving. That's why he says, I'm going to anger you with a foolish people. Because every single thing you see that they have, and the way it's done every single month that they receive this stipend, and you read about it, I read about it, we have all seen it, that's what we do. This is what it means by the wealth of the nations will flow to her. They can't say we can't do it. Once we prove that we are truly the people that this book says it are, every single thing goes in reverse. But it doesn't happen without us first begin to take off this curse, which by going into the right Sabbath and the right feast days, that's where we start. We can't continue to keep the feast days that the Jewish people set up because it keeps us in bondage. It keeps them in our position. But the moments we go against their feast days and Sabbath days and go in the right direction, the Father switches every single thing back to its right position. That's how it's got to be done. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, says Yah. All right, let's go. Her children will be nursed at her breast. Who? The nation's breast. So McDonald's doing a good job. I love the way you do business. Mac Computers, I love the way you do business. Every single person who's had any kind of hand in our kind of demise as a people, any kind of atrocities to our people, police departments, owing us money. Her children will be nursed at her breast. There he is. I'm finishing up right now, bro. All right. All right. Her children will be nursed at her breast, carried in her arms, and held on her lap. I will comfort you there in Jerusalem, as a mother comforts her child. When you see these things, your heart will rejoice. You will flourish like the grass. He's telling you something. Everyone will see Nazambi's hands of blessing on his servants. Owned by Yah, servants. Owned by Yah, servants. Come on, owned by Yah, yeah, servants. Let's get it. All right, and his anger against his enemies. See, Nazambi is coming with fire, and his swift chariots roar like a whirlwind. He will bring punishment with fury of his anger, and the flaming fire of his hot rebuke. Correction, his hot correction. Who's going to be corrected? The whole earth of their wrong feast days, their wrong Sabbaths. If we keep doing it, he's going to correct us too. You don't want to see that kind of fire. You don't want that. They say you don't want that kind of smoke. You don't want that at all. You don't want to see him in that manner. Because once he sees you, he sees judgment is set. And if you ain't listening to what I'm saying, and how can I be of the devil if I'm telling you to go in the opposite of every single thing that the devil has taught you? How could I be of Satan? Literally. That don't even make stupid sense. But the same ones that tell you I'm with the devil is literally going to tell you to stay with the same oppressors who have been oppressing you for many years. Are you serious? That's crazy. But I'm the one that's lost my mind. I'm saying go away from the oppressors. This person say run to the oppressors. He will bring punishment with fury of his anger and a flaming fire of his hot rebuke. The Zambi will punish the world. Ooh, the world can't receive the spirit of truth, right? And he's going to punish the world by fire. The world that can't receive the spirit of truth. He's going to punish it by fire because they're going to be a world of lies. So the world has told you the truth is voodoo. And then the Father is going to punish the world for lying to you. Because woe unto them who calls good evil and evil good. And by his sword. So he's going to punish the world by fire and by his word. He will judge the earth. What? By his sword, his word. He's going to say there's two witnesses to speak about the wrong things in the world and bring out the balance. And the Father said, like, you know what? I see that too. Judgment. So the Bible says it's going to be bringing forth judgment. We will be talking about stuff, bringing that balance. Like, you know what? The Father got to do something in this area because this happened a long time ago. But to bring the balance over here, we need to have this same thing happen over here. You know what? That's a good idea. People be like, dude, every single time they get together, some things take place over the earth. They got to stop getting together. It's on the internet. They ain't even doing nothing. They're not even holding official seats. But each time they bring something together and bring something to their attention, something to the Father's attention, things start taking place over the world. You're going to start to see that. You'll be like, dang, this is really real. We're in the council with the Father right now. Every single time he goes live, it's like being with the council of the Father, who telling the people, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay. All right. There I go. No. Just saying the part like, look, he will judge the earth and many will be killed by him. So much for loving. People will be like, bye-bye. Here it is. Those who consecrate and purify themselves in sacred gardens with an idol in the center, feasting on pork and rats and other detestable meats. This is how your Sabbath and your feast days is seen before him will come to a terrible end, says Nazan. Right? I can see what you are doing. I'm trying to get to the end. Ooh, I got a lot. All right. Let me go ahead and do this discussion. Like I said, I will. We got to that part. And I have to come back and finish up with a part 3. But I have to go. I know it's good. People are like, dang. We're going to continue it, right? I got to continue. But I got to get ready to go. I got to set this bad boy up for the Lion's Den. Come back like literally like 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes. Because I got to get this set up right now. But I got to go. All right. Wasabi family, y'all know, showing over here. We're gonna be doing the same thing. We gotta get our people to the Sabbath. Let's go. We're going in. All right, Goshen. Y'all know what to do.